Huh, apparently LGD Antarctica didn't show for their match.
Well, cast is starting.
Radiance ban.
Welcome everybody. This is game one of best of three between Go Beyond the Game, otherwise known as Doganus, against user Freindly. Okay.
Friendly.
10 seconds to go.
And with me are my teammates Cameron and
5
Strenius. Say
seconds.
No. Hello.
Hi.
hi. All right.
Dyer's ban.
So these are the two European teams for the Reddit Dota 2 League. I haven't watched either of these teams, but I have talked to Hamid Beast, who's the captain for Doganus.
10
He was
seconds
telling me
to
how
go.
that they like to play a late game oriented
Radiant team ban.
style, and he says that user friendly plays a style where they try to get their mid hero off to a good start, so or their mid player. So let's see what happens.
We should mention really quick that User Friendly is without their captain for this match.
Right. It was Vuko Pella, who may be joining us in the next game, maybe. Maybe he decides to show up. Alright, so we have bans coming out from both sides. Do you guys want to discuss it?
No.
Pretty
there's really
standard,
nothing to
I'd say.
discuss. Nothing to talk about. Just Das Dota.
Yeah. Alright, so UF
Uh,
have the first pick.
10
One thing I guess we
seconds
could
to
say
go.
is we do see a Visage ban, which we don't normally see unless there's a Visage
5
player on their team.
seconds.
A little bit of inside scouting. We've done our scouting on Go Beyond the Game
Reserve
before.
time.
Little surprised not to see a Luna ban, considering Luna's power right now, and also Dr. Spoink PhD's win rate with the hero.
Hmm.
So
He plays a lot of Luna.
we'll see how that plays out.
Alright.
Also of note, there is no Invoker ban, so possibly a Nyx first pick.
Alright.
No Invoker ban, maybe
Nice
Go Beyond the
pick.
Game doesn't have an Invoker player. Maybe they do. We'll find out. Your mic's really low in Dota TV, Ty,
Mine?
according to certain unnamed sources that are cats.
Do they like murder?
Yeah, and apparently Go Beyond the Game likes Bane and
Radiance
Mirana.
pick.
We saw this yesterday with No Promises versus Team Pusey Wagon.
Yeah.
So it worked out pretty well in that game, but that game was unique to say the least. So see how it does this game. I do think it's a little weaker against the Nyx, especially if the Nyx is running the trailing against it, since he can just eat the arrows on whoever slept, unless you sleep the
10
Nyx himself.
seconds to go.
At this point, you're ganking a Nyx repeatedly, if anything. So we'll see how it
5
works out.
seconds.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, the stun still takes effect, but the main thing for
Reserve time.
Sacred Arrow is that a long-range Sacred Arrow deals a lot of damage, so that's a lot of potential to be all that damage to be reflected back at her.
Yeah, Sacred Arrow is a cool name for it, I guess, along with a Star Storm. Shout out to Windy Cold Weather for those names.
I'm just curious where Nyx is going to be. If he's going to be running an off lane or as a support, maybe even a mid.
Well, that's why it's usually
Radiance
picked so
ban.
early, is because it has that flexibility. But we see a Lich pickup. Not so sure about this. I mean, Lich is good for denying experience, but
This is the bluest draft I've ever seen. I'm just saying that
10
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
seconds to go.
7 out of 8 heroes are blue in background.
5 seconds.
I mean, I guess Death Prophet's like half a point. It's kind of not blue, she's purple, but 6.5 out of 8.
Reserve time.
These are the important stats.
yeah, the insight from Cameron. Jump you, ladies and
Oh
gentlemen.
my god, there it is. See? It's purple.
Dire team
The shit.
ban.
There's the Luna ban.
Alright, so they
Yeah,
do
we
ban
were
out
talking
the Luna.
about.
I'm a little surprised You'll Be on the Game didn't pick it up, to be completely honest. And
Ember
there's the
Spirit.
Team ban.
Not a surprise. Ember Spirit, since being added to Captain's Mode, is a little ridiculous at the moment. Currently sitting at 12 wins and 6 losses.
I think a lot of it has to deal with teams haven't learned how to
10
play against it
seconds
yet.
to go.
Yeah,
I
but
haven't completely figured out the hero, how to play against
5
the hero. It
seconds.
might
Yeah.
do what happened to Skywrath Mage when Skywrath Mage first got introduced into Captain's
Reserve
mode.
time.
I'm assuming a playoff match is probably not the best time to attempt to figure it out, though.
Yeah.
So, and there's really not a whole lot of other solid bans really against user friendly. They haven't really shown anything.
Dyer's ban.
I guess that's the virtue of a Lich pick.
Yeah, because it opens up the tri lanes for you, or it opens the soul lanes, and there's an OD ban and usually or a
Dyer's
Razor
pick.
ban. I'm already broadcasting it, but usually when you see a Razor ban, you see an OD pick, but it seems pretty bad this game, to say the least.
They go with the clockwork,
Radiant's pick.
which, I mean, I guess it's more set up for the era. but
Is
I
it a?
don't see.
Dyer's pick.
The question though is this a clock mid because of the Razor ban?
I don't know. I don't think Razor is one of Clock's biggest foes in the middle, or I don't know. It's just.
I'm trying to understand the Razor ban.
I mean, Clock
Radiant's
doesn't
pick.
do well against Razor, but he doesn't do well against a lot of heroes at mid. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I don't really understand it either. Maybe someone on UF is just a really good Razor player.
Potentially.
Because those people do exist.
Shut up. We do see Sandy Claus coming out here, or we were expecting Sandy Claus, instead got Sand King. I'm looking. I
10
guess it's going to
seconds to
be
go.
an aggro try with Sand King, Bane, Marana, which I'm
5
actually not the biggest fan
seconds.
of.
Sand
'Cause
King doesn't do a lot level 1. I mean, yeah, he has a stun, but it's really, really,
Reserve
really
time.
short range.
I would rather see like a nuking support rather than a stun support that also nukes, especially because the
Right.
Bane arrow is going to be enough. The one thing that Sand King does bring you, though, is that you can sleep, and if they attempt to protect whoever you slept, the Sand King stun is going to probably hit all of them, at which point your one free kill may have jumped up to 2 or even 3. So I do actually kind of like the Sand King to think about it.
Dyer team ban.
And there's a pick I kind of like, actually. I very much like the Weaver pick here. I think it's very good against everybody but the Bane.
And then the OD ban. That's a bit interesting.
Yeah, they did ban the Razor out, and they don't have access to anybody other than Pugna who really deals with OD, so... And user-friendly is missing a mid-hero. So the ban does make a
10
little... quite a bit of
seconds
sense.
to go.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're just spotting
5 seconds.
their user-friendly's mid player and just banning off his favorite heroes. That's what.
And not only that, but I think they're also just kind of playing to their
Dyer's
lineup
pick.
weaknesses right now. OD would be pretty solid against that lineup. They don't really have natural BKB carriers.
Zeus.
Oh.
Whoa, that's interesting.
Radiant's pick.
Now, listen, I'm going to say this. We've done Zeus before, and it worked out incredibly poorly, but that was that game, and this is this game.
But
And here, I
something-
think it's going to work out incredibly more poorly.
Yeah, something to note is that when we ran Zeus, they also had a Bounty Hunter. And Bounty Hunter destroyed the Zeus.
Don't worry, Zeus only has to deal with also damage from Weaver and
10
Nyx in addition to Bounty
seconds to
Hunters.
go.
But we'll see. I mean, I will not count out a Zeus pick
5
anytime.
seconds.
The one thing they do have is they have a lot of ways to make it so Zeus can't get whacked on, because they do have the Sand King to protect him, they have the
Reserve
Bane to protect
time.
him, they have Marana ult to protect him, and they have Clockwork to jump in and protect him. So there's a lot of
Templar
protection for this
Assassin.
Zeus. But Zeus is very bad against Templar Assassin.
Yeah. Well, it looks like it. Dr.
Oh,
Sprunk
actually,
PhD is playing.
Yeah, that's... Are we going to see Zeus in the tri-lane as the carry? That would be something I would not do. I will just say that.
Or it could be solo safe lane. I mean, neither of us are familiar with these teams, so we don't know the players. We just know that Dr. Sprunk PhD, great name by the way, is their carry player, right? Assume because of the amount of Luna that they play.
I mean,
Maybe
we
he
know-
only plays the Luna, though.
Yeah, that'd be pretty interesting.
Dr. Bulldog PhD. Oh man, Bulldog
10
make a great
seconds
Bulldog
to
would
go.
be a great name to be on Doganus.
Yeah, Doganus,
5
pretty
seconds.
interesting name. Not sure what it means though. All right, so let's introduce the teams.
I'd get ready if I were
Strenius,
you.
you want to introduce the Radiant?
Alright, early smoke from the Radiant. But on Bounty Hunter, we have Toon Tamer, And then on the Nyx we have Caro. On the Weaver we have Tiskland. On the Lich we have Veer plus me. Probably just Veer me. And then on the TA we have Spanking.
And Cam, could you introduce the
Sure.
player?
We have Hammed Beaston, or some variation of said name on Bane.
He told me that it's pronounced Hamed Beasting.
Hammed Beaston on the Bane. Wonder Viking playing the Mirana this game. Dr. Sprunk PhD on the Zeus. We have
30
Cut 7
seconds to battle.
on the Sand King, and finally we have Smack on the Clockwork.
Alright. So
And-
what did they do with the smoke? They
Uh,
just use it to plant the
Nothing.
wood? No. What? That's... You
I
think
would
that
say
was,
no.
It might have been a misclick of the, like, trying to give a ward to the bounty hunter and accidentally popping a smoke.
Yeah, that might
Who
make
bought this?
sense.
But that's an expensive ward.
Let's begin.
I want to point out that Toon Tamer using the Wardfish. Shout out to Valve's Year Beast event that Cam hates.
Still do. Shout out to Donkey, man. That's all I have to say.
Oh man, Plane Courier.
Shout out to OG Dota 2. Right. So it looks like in the top lane we'll have kind of the tri-lane we predicted. It's going to be the Sand King Bane Mirana tri-lane against a solo, or not solo, we have a dual lane Lich Bounty. A lot of dual lanes lately for some reason.
Well, Lich kind of opens that up.
So, Ty, as the mid player, who do you think wins this mid lane?
I don't even think it's close. I think TA wins pretty handily, especially since I was talking to Hammond Beaston, and he says that they were going to put some extra effort into shutting down the mid player. And I don't know if this is the plan. He said we will see. So
We will see. That's about all I can say about this. I mean, I'm not a fan of dual lanes even with Lich personally. It does enable them, definitely, more than any other pick. I especially think this tri-lane is going to be really starved for experience. Top.
well, they are close, so they'll get a little bit extra from there.
I'm a little surprised they're actually getting this pull off. I think that would be one thing they would make sure to ward.
Zeus is hang in there against the TA, but
I mean,
hanging in there is exactly all that matters, you know, like.
I'm a little surprised TA is completely out. Oh, there's the bottle. Well, TA was completely out of mana. Yeah, but as I said earlier, Zeus is 1 and 2 on this patch. Maybe 2 and 2, maybe 1 and 3. Let's see. I definitely like Templar Assassin a lot, and I wish she was being as picked as much as she was back in the day. I think she's very strong in mid lane. She fell out a lot due to the mid lane matchups we were starting to see. But right now, I think mid lane's a good matchup for her almost exclusively.
Top being pinged out, I guess he's just pinging, ooh, arrow, ooh, that arrow hit Toon Tamer. Not sure what they can do to follow it up, but just, I guess, show him who's boss.
Yeah, and this is what I was talking about though, is the Sand King at level 1, and even at higher levels, the stun does not do that much damage. I mean, you're talking a Brain Sap plus an arrow plus a Sand King stun. Like, this lane's gonna run out of mana. Like,
Yeah.
Mirana needs to get her Sobi Mask as soon as she can for that Ring of Assets.
It looks like they're looking for a gank, probably on the Lich. Here's that arrow. Ooh, taken away by his teammate, but it's still connected, right? Yeah, connected on the
Yeah, I
mountain.
kicked him.
First blood.
There's already a sentry there.
First blood! Oh!
It was a good idea in theory, but unfortunately Bounty Hunter's a melee hero. So as a result, he just got smacked by the arrow instead of having it miss. And
I do
not a
think
problem.
that the dual lane top was way out of position.
Yeah, they don't have vision over here, unfortunately.
Yeah, Bounty Hunter used his ward to plant one here, when he could have planted one to get some vision of the rotations from their supports.
Yeah. If we look at last hits, I'm a little surprised, to be completely honest. Zeus is really holding his own here. He's actually being TA.
Incoming!
Another thing I want to point out is that Clockwork's getting a lot of CS because they're dual laning instead of tri-laning.